Yo, this is True. Welcome to Green Room Radio. I am here with my man, Little Mop Top. We got some very special guests in the building today.
Yeah.
We got the Traveler all the way from Detroit, Michigan.
He's traveled here.
He's traveled. And then we got Janyce, the Fire Lady.
Dude.
So what's up, y'all?
Hey,
What's going on?
We're back.
We are here with the Traveler
Again.
and the human pyrotechnic. so, Traveler,
yes, sir.
where have you traveled from?
To the starting line, like where I started from, was Detroit.
Oh no, I just meant today.
Oh, today.
Today.
I was gonna say, the Traveler's been everywhere.
Today, just Nevada today.
Have you actually been everywhere though?
Yeah, pretty much. In my car, I did 30,000. No, I did close to 60,000 miles in 9 months.
But why?
Holy cow.
Well, I mean, that's hard to explain.
We have time.
You obviously enjoy it.
I created a whole new album. I created 2 EPs. So that was the result of and
So you were touring?
no, I was by myself in my car. I got to a point where I was just living with my roommate.
Okay.
And things weren't bad at all. We were fine. But I just got to a point where I knew I had to separate and move on in my life. You know what I mean? So I had jumped down in my car and to go DJ at this nightclub in West Palm.
Okay.
When I got there, they kind of bamboozled me a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided, instead of turning back and going back to my roommate and being comfortable,
Your roommate was where, in Detroit?
Palm Coast.
Palm Coast, okay.
Florida. That's where I was living. And that's above by Daytona.
Okay.
And then so when I left, I had a choice to either go back or keep going forward, but I only had $37. So I was like, oh shit, I better just keep this shit.
Is that like a sober decision?
Yeah.
I've been in Florida.
Yeah.
Because I think what these people don't understand, or not these people, but
Yeah.
what Mop Top doesn't understand, I understand the saga, but you have been very successful dude in music for a very long time.
Yeah, I have it, and I'm blessed for that. And I think every day I wake up, I thank for that.
Do you thank me?
I do. True, man.
But what do you tell your
the first guy
though?
that booked me? True was the first guy that booked my first show. I was doing live PA in Detroit, and so when we did live PA back then, we connected our gear. But True was the first guy that got me my first gig with Wu-Tang Clan, Eminem.
I want to know what your roommate said. Like one night did he know you were leaving? That's why it's amazing to me, because I'm just like, you leave the apartment for a gig. You leave the apartment for a gig,
And you're just gone.
and then
That's some Detroit shit.
like, bro, like we split rent. Like,
Yeah.
what about your half of the rent? Like, where do you go?
He was used to me coming and going because I lived in India. I did this in India too.
In India?
Yeah, I took off out of the country and just moved to India for like 3 months.
What was that like?
Oh, it was beautiful.
You DJ in India?
No, I went over there and I prayed at the Golden Temple and I fed like 60,000 people a day.
That is fire.
Yeah.
Like life-changing experience.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I went over there and just enjoyed life and gave money away to kids but I didn't go over to give things away, but that's how it ended up being. But I slept at the temples near Pakistan in the Wagda border. It was called the Golden Temple, and 60,000 people come in a day and they eat, and then you feed them, and then you wash the dishes, and then you repeat.
What made that? Like, see, I'm always curious to, like, not the decision isn't like always the most interesting part. Like the outcome may not always be the most interesting part, but like the reasoning behind certain things. I think going to India is amazing. I always wanted
the fear.
Was that a plan,
fear
or was that
turned
just something you just was like, fuck, I'm going?
No, he looked like it just something he did.
Being uncomfortable and having fear is the best thing in my life. I thrive for it. I thrive for being uncomfortable. Like sometimes I ask myself, when it's 20 degrees in my car and I'm in my back seat with no heat in Texas, I said, man, is this it?
A decision you don't have to go through.
Right. I didn't have to go through that. I could have figured things out, but I put myself in the middle of places where I thought I was like, okay, if this is it, this is it.
Well, something interesting.
I'm ready
I know
to die for
Yeah.
it. My art. I'm ready because I believe in it so much.
this is something
Pressure
interesting.
make diamonds.
He,
Pressure
you
make
know,
diamonds.
you've you know, a lot. What these people don't know is obviously in music, you know, you've got friends all over the world.
True.
But something that you had, you know, said to me, you know, when I was like, hey man, why don't you stay here? Why don't you stay there? You know, the thing he always said is, you know, he doesn't want nothing from anybody. You know, he prefers to do things the way he does. So it's not like I feel like it's not like he doesn't have a place in these places. He chooses not to do that.
It's like
Which
Kanye
makes
West a
him
little bit.
which makes him the most interesting
because
guy.
I know I can do it, right? Because I have had I've had positions in my life where I was either DJing in Vegas or in Miami, and pre-COVID, and those days were good for me.
You getting paid for DJing and everything.
Right.
Like,
And
you're successful.
Yeah, and I had my own
Yes,
place.
MC.
Yeah, MC, and I've MC'd all over the world, and it's an honor. But now,
How nice is this fucking car, yo? This car has to be a polish.
Oh,
yo.
no,
because
no,
he doesn't
no,
have to
no.
live in the
Oh,
car.
no.
He does not
No.
have to live in the car.
it's a Volkswagen Jetta 2015 with no water pump.
with a single out with Fat Boys.
Like I'm driving around and I have no sleeping bag. I have no Coleman's little coffee kits. I literally left like how you see me. So when I sleep at truck stops and I just sleep in the middle of the desert or whatever, I don't have these things, you know, like people have all these things. They have lights and they have all these cool things in their car. I just got a car like your car set up. Like,
You do shrooms?
I do shrooms. I do shrooms.
It makes more sense. I vibe with you.
I was gonna say I didn't think Dan did drugs at all. That was my first
No, that's not a drug though. That is
from the earth.
yeah, that's fungi.
Yeah.
That's fungi.
And it's just hard to put the pieces together of how I create all my music that I talk about is the actual experiences. And it sucks that I kind of put myself through these hard things and these hard things I have to do.
But you
then-
grew through them.
But then I grow through them, and then I hear these songs I did, and then they get released, and like I'm getting paid for music I did 20 years ago. And that
Yeah,
just
tell
makes
them
me
about
feel
the song. I know you just had a big song come out with Fatboy Slim and Carl Cox, which
Unbelievable.
Those are the OGs. They actually, when you see a festival start, they put him on The Voice, and it's like he's the voice of house music.
Yeah, I've been
Bro.
yeah.
We gonna put wheels on the house for you, bro. like we're gonna put wheels on the house, bro. Like
Yeah, it was a blessing. I was actually door dashing, and I had no money, and I got a call from Fatboy Slim, man, and he said, "I'm a big fan of your vocals," and I was like, "You're fucking Fatboy. This is Fatboy Slim, you know, like."
How did he DM'd you?
Yeah, on Instagram, because they've been playing my vocals.
Right.
All the EDM guys play my vocals like everywhere around the world.
Because you're the voice guy.
Yeah.
Do we got any of the like?
We're not
the
gonna be able
voice
to.
names?
We'll pull them up. We'll have to Bluetooth it like we did the
Okay.
other guy. Later on, we'll play
But
it.
like, you know, and so I started this in 1998, and my vocals got stolen to a big UK group, and then from there I was doing a voice of Sony Fortnite, you know, the video game.
The video game Fortnite.
Yep. I did a voiceover for that. They took my.
Do they
words,
know
my,
that you sleeping in
You know
the
what's-
car?
you
Do
know-
the people at Fortnite?
No,
Bro.
they don't. I'm sleeping I've been sleeping in my car for 9 months.
So that
Yeah, I'm still sleeping in it tonight. By the way,
Can-
that's true. Lets me crash here.
so let me just ask this, right?
Yeah.
Is it more? I gotta imagine, because bro, if you can't tell, this shit got me like this shit is mind boggling. So is it? I gotta imagine it's a certain amount of freedom that comes with being it. Like I saw Kanye talk about his backpack being his home, like being as though he's built certain relationships. I guess this was pre anti-Semitic comment, but because he had those relationships, like small backpack, he can land in Texas, pull up to the Balenciaga store in Texas, get socks, underwear, go here, get a toothbrush, go here, stay the night. And I would imagine without bills and without, not saying that
Bless you.
bills is an issue for you, but I can imagine like the burden of like, all right, I gotta remember to pay this, I gotta remember to pay that, remember to put gas in my car. Then once I do that,
Yeah, I mean it's like that. I mean, this is a true story. 3 weeks ago, my vocals my vocals that I written 15 years ago were getting played on Diplo Revolution in L.A. At the same time, Diplo's playing my vocals. I'm getting chased from the Repo Man because I was unable to make my car payment. This happened in L.A. That's why I put it in one of my songs.
Diplo.
Yeah, Diplo, the artist producer guy. Yeah, the superstar. He's playing my vocals on Diplo Revolution.
Who you got his number? Call him, yo. Call him, yo. He owes this man some money, man. Call Diplo.
And as I'm doing it, the Repo Man is 2 blocks down, and he's trying to get my car because he tried to get it at a Walgreens, and I snaked him. I got him, right, because they were trying to get my car because I wasn't able to make my payment. So the car company canceled my loan, and they took the car from me. They tried to, but I buckled up on them. And at the last minute, I sold a vocal to a DJ in L.A., and I moved that money over to my car company, and I kept my car. But right now, it's in the parking lot, and I'll be surprised if it's out there when I leave.
No, we have to get footage of us going out to go check on the car when he leaves.
I'm just being real. It's just funny. It's just funny.
It's almost
The choice.
Yeah, it's almost a surreal thing knowing or just sitting here having this conversation with someone that legendary.
Definitely
And
legendary.
I can't fathom, like, you don't seem down on your luck. So I've always like admired like what Kanye said and thought about, like, damn, I really know enough people to say fuck a house. I really do. Like,
Do you think that's where you get, just doing this kind of lifestyle? Like that's where you get most of your best content?
I do, because he just says something that rang a bell with me. He said, "You don't seem down on your luck," and I love that because it takes so much time for me to wear this shirt and these pants, get them clean. You have no idea how many steps.
talk about the hat. Like,
the hat was bought. This hat my mom bought me like 5 years ago for Christmas. I never wore it. Well, one day I'm at my boy's house in Palm Coast, and he goes, "Remember this hat your mom got you?" I said, "Yeah, give me that." I put it on, and I was just like, "Yo, I'm just gonna spot this for a minute." And I was like, "This is dope." And I just started wearing this, and the next thing you know, boom, I'm just wearing it. And then my buddy changes my name in his phone to the Traveler.
Mama no, man. Mama
and
no. Mama no.
And then I just start wearing this shit, and I'm like, but it's so hard to get clean because you got to go to the laundromat, and then you got to make sure. I like being crispy. And then you got to go to laundromat, and you got to be nice, and it's a lot of hard work when your stuff is thrown into a trunk, and your toothbrush, and you ain't got no scope, and you ain't got no place to put your keys, and you got no place to put your glasses, and you're looking for your lighter. It's just it can.
I almost want to do like a social experiment.
Oh man,
and
listen,
like
I
stay
did
the
it.
night with him, yo.
I
like
did
a
listen.
green room radio experiment and just
Dude,
vlog the night because I'm just like.
I have begged somebody to come with my journey because I ended up getting a lot of fans, and I want to shout them out. I call them the passengers. They
Oh, I'm about to be a passenger.
Passengers, man, I didn't know
I
that.
want to shout out to all the passengers, man. They cash at me, Venmo me, and PayPal me my whole journey, man. Like when I was stuck in Texas, I didn't have nowhere to go. Boom, a fan did help me out, got me to the next state. When I was in California, someone Venmo me there to get my brakes and rotors. If I wasn't able to do it based on faith, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you guys right now. It's crazy.
So you feel like you've been supported the whole way through?
Absolutely.
Divinely.
There was what is that called? The path of least resistance.
Yeah.
I have taken the path of least resistance around this whole United States twice. I got caught up in.
resonate with that.
Yeah, and it was and I'm here.
That's a blessing, y'all.
It is.
What's absolutely crazy is, I watch your videos I actually wake up and I'm like, I gotta look at this, where the fuck this guy's at. And it's funny to me because I'm like, I see the highs, the lows, but it's like, and then I'm like, then I don't know. I'm like, is he acting or is this real or is this whatever? But I'm just like, I saw him one day. I turned my thing on, and he's literally walking in a thunderstorm with his dry cleaning over his shoulder.
Bro, I just want you to know, if you ever just get a camera and self-shoot and start dropping YouTube videos, or send me the link to the channel. I want to subscribe.
Yeah,
I want to watch
I just started, I started a YouTube, but my Instagram started really going well. Like, I started doing these IG reels, and I don't tag anyone because it's just me.
Yeah.
And I have no marketing money behind me. I have no money behind me at all. So I started doing, I got 25,000, then I got 60,000. And now I have a reel that's about to hit 100,000 with over 3,000 comments. And it was me pumping gas in Oregon. It's like the internet. Yeah, I went to Oregon and I stopped through Oregon and I'm like, hey, you pump gas? Next thing you know, that reel right now, I get so many notifications I can't even look at them.
Look at this.
Well, you know what?
Somebody might be using it for a sound. It might have went that crazy. Listen, I just want to tell you, bro, your journey and your life is literally like if I was one of those seed investors and stuff like that. Like just because YouTube channel, The Traveler, and then we buy him a plane ticket, Traveler Abroad.
Yeah,
get a cartoon character with that hat.
You know what I would want to do? I would want to have like the green room, fan base pay to like send this guy to like anywhere, like something. Where would I send you to? It's like Istanbul, Turkey.
Thailand,
yeah, I would go.
Hey, and then the trip is this: we send him there on the flight, but with nothing else, and he's got to get back to the United States.
Bro,
I feel like we would
make it happen. I know you can drop me off anywhere.
I feel like we would see him.
I've been to Russia, man. I've been in the middle of Russia. Yeah, I've flown to Vladivostok. It was 13 hours from Moscow, and I performed my song "Titty Dancer" there. And,
so speaking of that, real quick, so that song "Titty Dancer," that's what I sent you. And what was crazy was I was out in L.A.
I'm highly amazed.
I was out in L.A. probably
by The Traveler
by about a month ago.
Yeah.
I was with Domo out in LA and he was like, hey, I want to shoot this little quick video. And so he asked me if I would shoot it. And so he had a headset in with his vocals. So I can't hear nothing because he's just like mouthing the thing. And Domo's just standing up against the wall. And then like within 10 minutes, boom, he sent me that video. And like that shit was bomb. That's that video I sent you.
I seen it,
what was it called?
Just She's Still a Dancer. That's the remix.
She's Still a Dancer.
Yeah.
Sing a little part on it, like just a.
She likes to talk to those other guys, and she really knows how to lie. She never comes home to me. She's always lying on that ecstasy. She counts her money, now she's on the phone. She's something, now we're all alone. And then when she asked me if I want to play, and now we're headed for a three-way. My girlfriend is a dancer. Yeah, I wrote that shit almost 20 years ago on a whim about my ex, and somehow it was a song that still continues to this day.
That shit was catchy, bro.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, manifestations of Lord. Oh, my God.
Hey, and what was crazy was, so the whole time me being in Detroit, and I threw probably some of the most epic rave parties with Eminem, Wu-Tang Clan, Run DMC.
Yeah.
So I would hear this guy's name all the time. And it's like I have no idea how we never ran into each other. And then what was crazy was he just one day ends up at my house through another guy. Yeah. And then, they were talking and he was like, yeah, that's true. I live with True. And then we finally, I think we finally came together like a couple months ago. So he knew me and I knew him, but we didn't know each other. We obviously were in the same buildings in Detroit, but for some reason, I think I was so fucked up that
It was just crazy because that was my, I produced a lot of hip hop in Detroit and I was affiliated with all the hip hop guys in Detroit. And I respected that because I worked really hard for that. That was something I worked really hard for in my neighborhood, and to open up a recording studio and to sell beats and to sell hip hop and to write gospel, to write R&B, to write country. That's what I was doing in my teens in Detroit. I spent my whole life making records on other people's records, and that's where I learned the gift of what I can do with music. Working 16 hours a day with clients was life-changing for me in 20 years old when I was in Detroit. It was like I'm actually recording hip hop and producing it on a drum machine at 4:00 in the morning with like some rap group. Some rap group. And I had the balls to tell those rappers, they asked me when they were cutting their vocals, they'd be like, yo, how you think? I said, that's just whack. But back then I could say that in Detroit and it was different and it was a different time and culture. And then I flipped the beat, remixed it, and then that's how I ended up getting clients. Okay. I worked really hard for that, and learned a lot from a lot of Detroit guys.
What did you do with ICP?
I was just an employee. I was just an employee for Psychopathic Records. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less.
How was that?
Those guys are the hardest workers I've ever seen in my life.
ICP.
Insane Clown Posse.
I that's all I can say is that they work really fucking hard, and
And Insane Clown Posse is still like
They're still
they're
they're all, they got
moving,
like
right?
they got like
motion,
a,
right?
they got a cult following.
they got a massive following. Yeah,
Yes,
Who's the other guy that it's like a
Violent J and what's the other
it's
guy's
a
name?
group of like artists that I put in that circle. What's the other guy?
Twisted.
Not Twisted.
Not Twisted.
Don't say Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
I love Tech
They
Nine.
have such a wider fan
No,
base, though.
but I know they have a wider fan base, but you put Tech Nine and Hobson and
Yes,
all of them. They're all
Hobson.
like in that.
Hobson's
No,
dope.
like
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying. They paint their faces, wear they contacts, and like they get busy.
feel it,
but
but-
they fan bases. No. Tech Nine has a. I remember that they did a expose about Tech Nine. They did a report about it. Talked. He was standing in his warehouse on YouTube and was talking about all the merch that was like them guys have ridiculously like you would think like oh NBA YoungBoy got a core fan base. He sell records. He get YouTube. Them guys got fan bases like Insane Clown Posse put out a shirt with just that image on it. I'm not listening. I'm not.
I fuck with.
I
Tech Nine.
don't know how their music sounds. So when I say I don't listen to it, it's not like a.
To be honest with you,
I
I
would
don't
wear the shirt.
I
They
don't
have a
listen.
wide range
I don't
of
listen to
music.
Insane Clown Posse, but I do respect them. I mean, they've done big shows. I know that they're just like what he said. I know
I've
they're
never
hard.
seen anything like it.
And
The
they,
imagery is like legendary though. Like
well,
them
they would
two,
throw
those faces.
soda.
Yeah.
They would throw this soda, which we call ghetto pop, but Fago, they would just throw it at the audience.
What is ghetto pop?
It's just like it's like a soda that was created out of Detroit named Fago, and at their concerts they would take 2 liters and just throw it out.
Wait. Fuego,
Fago.
Yeah, soda. Yeah.
bro. Y'all call that ghetto pop, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Let me enlighten y'all on the fact that that shit is considered exotic pop, and in certain cities, go for $10 to $15 a bottle.
Hey, exotic pop. That's what I mean. I feel like that is what Fago was. They just bit off of the Fago, I believe. Yeah.
No, because you can't get Fago in places. Yes,
Oh,
these
yeah.
right here,
Yeah, those shits.
you can't get
Red. Hey, what was your favorite flavor, Dan?
all the lean sippers.
Bro, I like that cream soda with a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Okay, so that
I'll
one
tell
right
you
there.
that bit.
any flavor of Fuego
Yeah.
that comes clear,
Yeah.
like the rocket the 4th of July rocket lollipop one or the cream soda one, $15 because all the lean sippers are dropping in them.
Oh,
so
wow.
but they don't distribute to Philadelphia.
Hey, bro,
That's
let me
crazy.
give you if you want to give some advice, either
No,
the
go
red
to Detroit
pop,
and go get me a
or-
case of ghetto pop.
yeah, rock and rye,
I'm
or the
about
red
to
pop.
start selling ghetto pop. I didn't
should.
even.
They have it at gas stations out here.
I
Some of
know.
them
I told my
have
homie
it, yeah.
that they're fucking $3. He almost flipped the lady like, "Yo, bro, buy me 15 of them right now and send them back."
Hey, so Dirty Dan, tell us this story, this epic story about the whole Kid Rock going to court and the dildo situation.
Yeah, it was a glass penis involved. What happened?
That was just a stupid thing that was all done by the lawyers who threw my name and a whole bunch of other artists' name into a mix for publicity. The whole thing was a farce. I had nothing to do with Kid Rock whatsoever, and there was no basis on me and him whatsoever. So,
But you guys did manage to get to court together.
yes. Yeah,
Did you ever see said glass dick?
I'm going to tell you exactly that.
Like, what is this about?
Okay,
Like,
so first of all, the glass dildo was strictly and forceful, and it's all me. It's me, Daniel David Diamond, had the glass dildo. Okay, it was never.
Where did you
it was never
acquire
Kid
this
Rock.
dildo from?
All right, so it was not the group. It was not the hip hop group. It wasn't Kid Rock. It was me, and I own it, and I love that dildo. All right, so I'm gonna tell you about this dildo.
Tell us about this dildo.
When
Please tell us about the dildo.
I've been
So
dying.
I hosted I have hosted many porn conventions.
Okay.
I worked for a company called Exotica. We did 3 shows, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we toured Jersey, all over the United States. And it was the traveling porn conventions where I was in control of the entertainment stage. Being an MC on a porn convention stage, from the AVNs to Exotica, you get all these gifts. I got free lube, lingerie for chicks. I was giving shit to my girl. I got heels. I got porn. I got skateboards. I got T-shirts, hats. I would come home with a suitcase filled of swag all the time.
Finally, you got the grand prize.
One of my favorite booth vendors. I forget her name, but I used to make her tons of money because I would do these shows for her at her booth. And I always found it when you do conventions. I never made the show about me. I made it about the booth vendors because the booth vendors are spending money and they need to make money because they travel, they got families and shit. So I ain't worried about me rocking a mic. I'm worried about them making money.
Right.
So I say to them, hey, booth number 444, what you got over there? And they'll be like, they'll hold up a dildo.
Yeah, we got these glass dicks.
They got a glass dildo. And I go, oh my God. I was like, Stacy from New York City, get on up here. Make the crowd makes noise. They get up there. I say, we got a glass dildo from booth 2442, right? So this is how it goes, right? So she goes, what are we going to do to give a glass dildo? I said, I'll tell you what, let's get a girl up here and do a fake orgasm. So we get a girl up on stage and I'm like, do a fake orgasm. She's like, ah. And I'm like, you suck. The crowd goes, boo. I go, you know what?
Wait. I need a second. Because he fucking me up right now. I need a second. You hit me
so
with
the dildo,
too much traveling.
the dildo, right? The dildo, I go, you know what? I look at the crowd. I got the mic. I go, this dildo's dope as fuck. I was like, it's glass. I was like, it comes with a light that comes underneath it, an LED
So
light.
did you make yourself the winner?
So I was able to do with the crowd some shit like this. I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, you guys are fucking awesome, but check it out. I'm keeping this one. And I wave it. I put it in the DJ booth with my boy Janyce. I take this dildo home and I have porn, skateboards, all kinds of stuff. This is my life at the time. Right. I am in the adult industry, but through music and through my voice, not through porn. And I give away things that were in the suitcase, the skateboard, the porn, and then I have the dildo. I look at another individual and I say, I've noticed you changed your status on Facebook to single. You might be wanting to use this.
Who?
To a woman.
Who?
I'm not going to say her name because that was a court case and I ain't going to say the
name. It's a deposition that you can't say her name? You're not allowed to say her name?
You can look it all up online. It's in Rolling Stone. So I'm not incriminating.
What do I put in the search engine? Do I put who did Dan Diamond give the glass dick to?
You could put dirty Dan Diamond dildo.
That's the key word.
But it was all me.
It was tonight.
I just want to say for the record that it was all me. I got pushed into a corner at the time. It was a bad look, and I opened up my mouth at the wrong time. And it wasn't funny.
How does it get to court, though? Why is it illegal?
But the reason why I was upset was because of how the dildo actually got to me. This was my life. I was just getting free dildos. You know what I mean? I
want to get to the point where the cops was called and the dildo became a legal situation.
Right, well,
why is the dick illegal?
Well, because before the woman had filed a lawsuit against the record label, she had claimed that I had said a few things, and these things are all online. I did say that I had a fat fucking cock. I said I had a fat fucking cock.
You told the girl this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it was true, and we were drinking at the time, and whatever.
You like, I'm just telling truths and shit.
So
take this glass dick. I got a fat cock. Like,
well, it wasn't necessarily said like that, but these were the things they quoted. These were the things that they made
without
into a
context.
Story.
It's like,
right, without context.
Fuck?
I just want to say that there was no.
This your chance to add context, though. Like,
there was no wrongdoing here. It was a simple case of lawyers trying to get ahead and use certain words out of context to drag people's name in the mud. It was my first opportunity to actually see that when you do open your mouth and you make a mistake, how far it can carry you.
And carry you into a courtroom with Kid Rock.
Right. So when my mother calls me and says, I was living in Vegas out here at the time, and she called me and she said, "What did you do? You're on Channel 2 News right now." And I had no clue what I had done. And I was like, "Oh shit, Mom." She was like, "Did you say such and such had a dildo and you're going to court and blah, blah?" And I'm like, "Oh no." So when I had went to court, they used my music against me. They made me draw a dildo. So I basically drew an upside down pickle. You know what I mean? So I had to stand up in court.
Bro, I lied to you. Now I missed the part in the story. I don't know. I must have tuned out or something like that. So basically,
The court made you draw a picture of the dildo.
why
Yes.
did he get? So
Wow.
Yes.
I gotta look it up because you won't say the name. This got to be somebody big, bro. Because you had to give.
It was just a regular girl, right?
Well, she was
porn.
she was the publicist and attorney for the record label at the time.
the one that you told you had a
yeah,
fat cock to.
yeah, but that was taken out of context. But yes, I did say that. Yes, I did say that.
She probably said, she said something that led you to say something, then she said something, and then you
Right. Like I would never tell a
Right.
girl I got a fat fucking cock unless she
You
was
ain't opened the
supposed to
door
hear
and
it.
said, "Yo, I got a fat cock."
And we were in communications of the cock. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you gotta be talking cock.
right? Yeah, right. I'm just not gonna be like, if we're eating chips and salsa, hey, I got a fat fucking cock. Like
Pass the guacamole.
You're over the
Big
limit.
pass the guacamole.
So I was like, it was taken out of context, and I do apologize for that because sometimes my mouth can get me in trouble. And so I'm always backing up now.
Now, how did this shit get to Kid Rock? How did he get involved?
Because when in the deposition there was a name dropped that I had opened up my mouth because I had sent some more products to, I don't know, like whoever it was, and his name got dropped, and I said, I was like, they go, did you say Kid Rock? And I said no, and then they go, yes you did, and I said no I didn't. They go, do you want us to reverse the tapes? And they punked me a bit, and I got scared because I was under deposition. Remember, this is I didn't know anything about this.
You say yes.
This was I didn't have attorneys. I didn't have money. I was living on the street. I didn't know anything really about this. I was scared too. I was pulled into a deposition about a dildo. I had no idea that this was real.
Historic deposition, bro.
And
are you and Kid Rock friends? You were friends at the time. Did y'all know each other?
Nope, not at all.
So Kid Rock's getting a subpoena, and he like, there's a subpoena about a penis, and I don't even know, boy. So when he finally see you, he just like.
Right, and I didn't mean it. It wasn't the lawyers.
Did he dress up like in a suit to come into court?
No, there was no court. He didn't have to go to court.
Oh,
I did.
Okay.
And so when I was at the table, I told him, I was like, no, he doesn't. And they were like, and they punked me, man. It was tough because when I got in there at 8:00 in the morning, I didn't know there was going to be 12 attorneys.
Early, no coffee.
Right, and they had suits on. I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is real. I was like, this is real. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like all about like them selling records.
You thought they was gonna come out and be like, gotcha.
Right, and then they started pulling my music on me. These attorneys, time and time again, they were like, "Is this you? Did you write this song? Did you write this song? Is this you sniffing coke off titties? Is this you?" And I'm like, man,
was it you sniffing coke off of titties?
It was a picture. I mean, it's a video I did.
Video?
Yeah, a video I did.
Before Instagram or like?
No, actually, yeah, it's called Dirty Girls, and it did really well for me. But
bro, you can't be now in today's climate, in today's social climate. Titty sniffing is cancel culture.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I got videos where I'm doing all kinds of shit, and they use that against me, and they were like, "Is this you?" And so I was hurt. I was like, "Man, yeah, that's me." And then the lawyer was telling me to say things. Another lawyer was telling me to say things, and I got cornered into a situation where it wasn't about what people read. Right. It was about money, people making money off other people, and I was just like, "Whatever, man. I'm broke anyways." Did you lose money? Well, you know what? The lawyer called me up. He goes, actually, this is the first time being broke is going to help you out. He's like, because you ain't got no money in your account. We noticed that. And I was like, hell no, I'm broken, motherfucker. I was like,
I'm a traveler. Like, fuck are you talking about?
I'm broke. Somebody goes to my checking account. It's like minus 27 in my account right now. I got overdraft fees.
And
I'm looking for my next cash app.
In the deposition, and you got minus 27 in your bank account.
Yeah. So listen, for all the people involved, I'm living in my car. I got minus 27, so it looks like karma must have been a bitch.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. This is my last question about the dick, right? My last question.
Yeah. Who owns the dildo?
Yeah, where is the dildo now?
The dildo. Here's the funny
thing. In the museum.
No,
like, where is this
dildo? Ended up. I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and me and my buddy lived in a farmhouse. And I came home from work, and nobody wanted the dildo. Now I'm telling you, this dildo was a work of art. It had lights underneath it that you plugged in. It had an LED board. So when you plugged it
it's like a trophy.
Yeah, it went like this. It lit up like this. like this, right? So you could do blue, gold, or whatever. And I was like, man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Who ever sees a glass?
Did you display like all right? So when
Yes.
you owned it,
Yeah.
was it displayed in your house?
Yes,
with
it was.
the LED light
I
under
did.
it?
I put it in my recording studio. People were like, "Dude, is that a dildo?" I was like, "Dude, look how dope." So,
light
but
up
my
dildo.
hip hop friends, I just want to put
Rappers
it
are
out there.
like, yo, make it purple.
Some guys in Silent Riot were like, "Come on, Dan, put that shit away." I was like, "All right," but like, I gave it to my buddy, and my buddy goes, "I don't think anybody's gonna want this." He goes, "I'm gonna give it to a dancer." So he gave it to a dancer in Detroit, and the dildo disappeared.
So currently,
Damn, I would
The
love to
dick is
get a hold of
traveling.
that dildo.
Right.
The dildo's
the
traveling.
dildo is a traveler. The dildo is traveling.
Traveling, yep.
Damn.
That is amazing. I'm like,
The dildo.
So did Kid Rock have to communicate with this court at all?
He responded. He responded to my lawyers, and he responded to their lawyers in Rolling Stone. He wrote. He
never
wrote.
heard of
He
this
wrote.
dick.
And when he wrote it, it was in Rolling Stone, and he went off, and I loved it. I love what he wrote, and he even said to me, he said, either your client's is a pathological liar, or he's trying to be funny, and he just wasn't funny. It was just a matter of the wrong time, wrong place with me.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with him whatsoever.
So you have
I
to.
fucking,
Kid Rock has never
Hey,
seen
you
this
have
dick
to.
before.
But Kid Rock is, he's definitely a partier. There had to be some point where just deep down he, like at the end of the day, if somebody called me on that, I would be like, no matter how I felt about the person, that shit's funny as fuck. And I think
Yeah, that
he
shit's
don't even
fucking
call himself Kid Rock. He calls himself Bob. I think Bob deep down probably that probably tickled him for a minute at least.
Well, he didn't. I didn't deserve to do that. I apologize. I was.
nah, bro. I don't think if
I feel bad,
if I
you
got
know?
subpoenaed about a dick I never seen. Yeah, it's got to be funny.
It was just fucked up because of the way I got it. See, I had been hosting porn conventions for 12 years. So to me, it's talking about dildos, talking about porn stars. I worked with all the porn stars hand in hand on the stage. So for me, sex was a part of my job. Working in Miami.
That
So
company has to be so pissed to miss that marketing opportunity.
a dildo company contacted me after this was over, and they said, we want to put your face on a dildo, like say, hey, such and such got my dildo. But I was like, no, I ain't putting my face on a dildo.
Where at on the dildo? Like on the shaft?
No,
on the
it's just
head,
on the
nuts?
packet, on the packaging. So it's like me holding the dildo like this, and I'm going, hey,
Like it's a box of rice?
I'm Dirty Dan. This is my dildo.
Yeah. Like you selling fucking detergent.
Right.
Like what?
So thanks, yeah.
Janyce, has anybody ever did a line off your titty?
No.
Oh, kind of a crazy question, but I had to get it out there.
This is like
No.
like I've
My
noticed
butt. My butt.
somebody
Your
did a
butt?
line off your
My ass.
Off your ass or the crack?
My cheek.
Or cheek?
Does that enhance the cocaine or something?
No,
like
it's
what?
just,
Something
it's just a
good.
funny thing to do.
Okay. I didn't know
I don't
if that
think it-
make the coke work more or if it's like
It's just fun.
Yeah.
I
So
see that.
tell us about your stuff, your little fire show that you do, and how you got into that.
Well, my business, LLC business license is Janyce Shinaya Yoga.
Okay.
Yoga is Sanskrit for union. So I kind of just use that to encapsulate everything that I do. But, fire actually started in high school. I can do this trick with a lighter. I have no idea where I learned how to do it, but that's where like the pyro shit started. And then during my yoga teacher training,
shit.
yeah. During my yoga teacher training, I had a sword swallower come and teach one of the workshops because it takes a lot of breath technique. To,
Actual sword.
yeah, an actual,
Actual
sword.
sword.
Yeah.
Like
So when they
like
do that,
a sharp- a
they
sharp
are
sword.
they are really I always wondered if it was a magic trick. Those are real deal swords.
No.
So they could
Yeah,
base it.
well, they aren't actually like super duper fucking sharp. Well, some of them are sketchier, but
So
that
you're saying that
they're
there's a
actually
physical
sticking something
person.
down their throat. Yeah.
Swords be like all right, so 12 inches or longer.
Sometimes they're longer. I've seen people like stack some swords
Tell
together
me when.
and like
Tell me when.
about there.
About there?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he
Hell no.
Because I feel like if you're pulling it out and it was just sharp on the thing, it just cuts one thing.
he had me like take the sword out. It's actually legit. They are sticking something all the way down their throat.
Oh man.
There's technique to it.
So when you say something, is it the sword or is it like an illusion?
No, it's a sword.
Is it rubber? Is it rubber or is it metal?
It's metal.
You seen it with
They
your
are dead.
eyes.
I pulled it out of his throat.
You cut something with it afterwards?
No.
See, that's what we need. So next time you do it, right? Next time you do it, bring a melon with you. Don't matter which melon.
And then just cut it.
To see, because you got to know, like.
It isn't like super duper sharp swords that they use, but they are.
Have you done it?
Nah.
Scared?
I don't think that's something I'm like drawn.
Do you think that you think that's a talent? Like that's something that you really have to work at being able to do?
You can only learn from sword swallowers too. It's like.
Is that like the porn business, Dan, for girls? They have to just learn how to do that?
No, but I was telling her, I had the privilege of working with a lot of fire breathers and fire acts, and I've watched these girls do things with swords and flames that blows my mind away. I've seen women, like she said, stick swords down their throats and do fires.
Yeah.
I think it's very theatrical. I think it works great. I think it works great in Miami too. I think it's awesome, but it's good stuff. I mean, I appreciate it.
Well, the good thing, the better thing is that you're pretty. Because I think if you were an ugly girl, I don't know if people would.
So ugly girls can't throw fire?
No, I mean, I've been saying if you did, it might not be as cool.
So if she was a 3, she couldn't throw fire?
She could throw fire, but I mean, you might not be attracted to it as much. Like, wow, look at that.
So you mean to tell me like there's no fat booger bears anywhere in the world twirling fire and swallowing 8 swords at one time?
There
Like
definitely are.
Yeah, somewhere.
So
Dirty Dan's came
how
across
many-
some traveling.
So how many fires have you started?
A lot.
I knew it. Like I'm waiting to ask that question. Like I'm knowing she was like a little pyro when she was a little kid. Like I know she had to get her ass whooped for setting fires and stuff. You said a lot of fires.
Yeah, not anything like super crazy or dangerous, but I do like to set shit on fire. That's why
I burnt
that's
up,
why I love doing this shit.
I burnt up the kitchen at my mom's house. That's why I'm not a fire thrower. I got my ass whooped and got.
Yeah,
I ain't never want to touch fire the fuck again. I scared the light shit for
How many times would you say? I mean, how many times would you say you actually burnt yourself?
A bunch. Practicing this shit. Yeah, I have a burn blister healing on my leg right now from a fire trick. I burned myself learning.
on the oven.
I burnt myself performing, my mouth by eating it. It happens.
Yeah.
Play with fire, gonna get burnt.
So when I eat pizza too quick, I be burning the taste buds off my tongue.
Yeah, that's
I feel
horrible when
that.
that happens.
I got it. You feel me?
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
And then you ever try to eat after no taste buds? I did the same thing. I thought God was talking the first time he did it. I was like, oh shit. Look, but you ever try to eat after you burn something and there's no taste buds left?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Oh, that's
by that.
horrible.
Yeah, I do know what you mean by that. I know what you're talking about with that taste bud thing.
So when you burn your taste buds off, like
I actually don't burn my taste buds as bad with the fire shit as much as I've burnt myself. Like my taste buds eating food that's too hot.
so food is hotter than fire?
There's just a technique.
Science is a liar, bro. Science is a liar, yo.
I know this is a crazy thing to ask, but have you ever done what you do while under the influence?
Yeah. No, I know. So you go to raves.
Yeah.
I know you go to raves.
Well, I always see cirque performers, and I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers can't ever show up to work hungover or nothing. But I think they do. I've heard they party.
You party, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm
do
not
you-
gonna-
do you
I'm not
do
gonna
the-
lie. On New Year's I was like performing all night, and then I kind of decided I was done, and then they were like, no, you're gonna do something one more time, and I was like, all right.
And you like, yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah.
You was twirling shit, right?
Yeah.
So when you go, so back in Philly, I started to go to like the raves and stuff like that, and I had never always been amazed by the twirly people because they got glow sticks at these joints. They not fire, but do you ever just go to the raves and just be in there like twirling?
Yeah. I was at a festival this last weekend.
Just in there, and people are just like,
Hey, real quick, I just want to send a shout out to our sponsor Fuego. If you could post that up there, Hugh. But go on. You do other stuff also besides.
fire. They got fire too.
Yeah, you do. That's why I said she's perfect for Fuego.
Saying.
They gotta put you.
You-
They gotta give you a dirt bike so you can ride the dirt bike with your metal fire wings.
Oh, let's go.
Yo, let's go. Let's Fuego. Listen,
I've been trying to tell
get
Yeah,
Fuego.
me and her need dirt bikes.
they're
Me-
about to see. next week.
Me and her need dirt bikes. I'm not gonna wear the fire wings, but I want one. So, but definitely, that'd be fire.
That would be fire.
Can you ride?
It'd be lit.
You ride a dirt bike?
I've tried once. They're fucking heavy.
I gotta pay for the lessons too. But
You do other stuff. You know, like I saw. You know, I went to a yoga class with her the other day, and
Nice.
you know, like she's
You
based.
went to a yoga
What you do
class?
at
Bro,
yoga?
she like literally
went
like
to
had her
yoga?
legs like almost
You
like
went
the
to yoga?
splits.
You see my face too?
Hey, bend it, and she's like, I'm looking for her. I can't see her because she's her face down right on the mat, and I'm
went
like,
to
fuck
yoga?
it. Yeah,
I
I
can,
went
Did you
to
do
I
yoga?
can torsion
Hell yeah.
stretch.
Did you do yoga?
He
Yes,
did it, yeah.
I did it. I didn't do
And
it.
it was
wasn't
his
like her.
idea.
Yeah, it was my idea. Shout out to True
Damn,
Fusion.
what you do? What's the position?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. It was
the move, bro?
It was
What's
the soft.
so
It was
good.
the soft version. It was just
was
called
yin.
yin. So it's just heated, and it's just like it's probably the weakest type of
He
yoga
says
you can
that
do.
it's a passive style where it's just taken more slowly and you sit in the poses a little bit longer. It's not weak.
Yeah.
It's effective.
Yeah, it's actually really good. But I do it. I like to work out, and the thing is I don't.
No, I
stretch.
got you liking to work out, but like yoga different than working out.
Bro,
Like,
listen.
yoga
Have
is
you
like
ever
its own
seen?
thing.
Have you ever seen them chicks at yoga and them yoga pants?
I've done Bikram yoga for a little.
I've
hot room
never
yoga.
done
It's
yoga.
tough.
Bro,
I've
you
never done yoga.
do that one time,
Do
but
it.
but here's the thing that I'll
Shout
tell
out
you.
to Tim Coleman, yoga instructor.
Take
Yeah.
a class from me.
No, listen.
Oh yeah,
I
you
need
do
to
your
stretch.
own yoga, right?
do?
I
Yeah.
need to
My
stretch.
yoga is awesome.
Bro, I got the Oculus, right? And everybody know I stream on Twitch or whatever. I got the Oculus and I'm playing Creed. It's a boxing game. You know, Oculus is VR, so it's like shadow boxing. I woke up the next day and was like, I can't move my body. Like I didn't know what the fuck happened.
Functional
I'm like,
strength.
Did I not? Then I'm like, I didn't think of that as working out, but I'm like, I just worked out. I worked out yesterday. Maybe I should stretch before I play. The
Bro,
game.
that's what I don't do, and
Yeah.
that's why yoga is
Stretching
good.
is very underrated. But
What do you call your
Severely.
what do you call your yoga, and how is it different from like what we did?
well, where I got trained, they exposed me to like a bunch of different styles. So I kind of just gathered everything that I love the most. But my one-on-one sessions, which is where I focus, I was teaching through private studios for a long time, but I just have clients now and I can customize your session based on whatever you need. So I have
do
people
goat
that-
yoga.
No, come on. No.
Why you do that? Goat yoga is
What is
fire.
goat yoga?
It's
They put the goat on your
Everyone-
back.
A
no,
real goat?
the goats just like crawl on you. I have hay fever. I would sneeze.
So listen, this without if you do this,
Everyone asks like, "Have you done goat yoga? You're a Capricorn goat."
I'm a Capricorn.
Well, I'm a Capricorn.
When your birthday?
What are you, Dan?
January 19th.
Cancer.
My birthday January 14th.
No way.
Oh yeah, lit goat season. Yes. So next year for my birthday,
shit.
I want a goat lesson. So I don't know where you're gonna get the goats from,
Okay.
but
Do they have goats in Vegas?
I imagine somebody has
Someone
a goat.
has goats.
Somebody's
Yeah.
got a goat.
Yeah, goat is like a dry animal. What about puppy yoga?
That'd be cute.
That'd be cute.
That might work.
Puppy yoga.
I bet you if you
Oh,
started.
Make
Hey,
anything work.
Dan here. I saw on one of his videos. Weren't you in LA working with animals at a shelter?
I got. Well, I used to be a zookeeper, and I got a job rescuing dogs in L.A. So I rescued all breeds, pits, shepherds, poodles, Bichon, you name it, and we were rescuing like almost 50, 60 dogs a day.
Does a traveler have a traveling dog?
No more dogs. No more dogs. I lost my dog a few years ago, 3 years
Sorry
ago. I had a
about that.
pit. That's all right.
Oh, that's
but
a horrible feeling.
yeah, a pit. And what once it's okay. It took me. It got over. But you're right. Like I put so much emotion into an animal. It's tough when
Bro,
they're gone.
I'll tell you something crazy. One time, it's called Nevada NSPCA or something. I went in there, to adopt a dog, and they had a dog that had a tumor hanging out its side, and they're like, "This dog's been here for like 3-4 years. He's about to die or whatever." And this girl was like, "You need to get that dog." And I was like, "Listen," I was like, "I'll do it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go down this vet row and dump millions, whatever." So I end up getting the dog, and it was like, bro, they like everybody in there's clapping and shit and whatever. Bring this dog home, give it the toys, and it was called a senior dog. So it was like happy as fuck. It was playing as if it was a puppy. And then about, I'd say 2 weeks later, stops eating.
Uh-huh.
So I'm with this girl. I take it to an animal hospital, and they come in and they take the dog out and they come back and they're like, we're gonna have to, I can't remember, which is horrible. I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl, but they're like, we're gonna have to put him to sleep. And I was like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what do you mean? Like just fix it.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to do. So now I'm willing to spend millions.
Right.
And after 2 weeks, I'm like, well, just do whatever you got to do. And they're like, okay, well, they're like, it's just better, And so it was the first time I ever seen, and this is kind of crazy, the dog was in the girl's arms, and so they euthanized it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the first time I've ever seen somebody, doesn't matter if you're human or dog, it's the first time I seen something, because they let us play with them, for like 2-3 minutes, and then they came in and did it. But I've never seen something go from alive to dead. Bro, I was a fucking disaster. And then, like, to make things worse, now, this happens to the dog, and then we come out of this room and they have a whole book, like funeral arrangements.
Yes.
And I'm like, what in the fuck is this?
It's a whole thing.
Bro, so they called a pet hearse.
Yes.
I look out the back door, this guy comes in like a tuxedo suit, and there's a real hearse. And I was just like, I ended up paying for a cremation. But they took the dog.
Yeah.
So professional, just like a person. I mean, the hearse set me over the edge. I'm just like, it hit me so hard. And I mean, I just remember going home that day and I was like, you know what? I was like, this dog had the best last 2 weeks of its life, but I'm like, I will never do that again, because I'm still not over it. I'm like, I saw something go from life to death just by a shot. And I was just like, that really bothered me, but I do understand why people rescue dogs, and it is a very good thing.
Dogs need yoga too.
Yes, they
Dogs
do.
need yoga too.
Can you imagine if you became, for the shelters, like the dog yoga instructor?
Yo, I'm telling you, listen.
Oh my God.
Spirituality for
Everything-
animals and dogs.
It's a check in everything. I'm telling you, think about that. Now, my dog, I got a nano bully. My dog, like, big, short. She's short, but she fat, so I don't want her on my back. But I'm saying with like other people dogs, Chihuahuas, little Frenchies
One of the
and
first
stuff.
places I worked was a Petland type
You got a dog?
place. I do. Her name is Blaze.
What kind of dog you got?
She's a mutt. She's super cute.
Will your dog stand on your back? I'm telling you, go on Instagram and do yoga with your dog. You're gonna go viral.
Yeah. I'll tell you this.
love dogs.
The animal business is nasty.
Definitely.
The animal business is nasty.
Saw that to Joe Exotic.
It's not, at least from my opinion, when I was doing a lot of donating time for show horses and for animals, but when I started getting paid from like vet tech hospitals and stuff, that's when I seen the ugly side. It's 7 a.m. when I got to show up for work, make $16 an hour, and they put you in a room, because you're a vet tech assistant. That's what I was. And you're in the room with like a 90-year-old gentleman that's got his dog for 20 years. Well, you have to put this dog to sleep, and you got to stay in the room with him. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. You haven't had your coffee yet, and now you're going to be in the room with this. I said to myself, I love animals, and I know this is a service as well. Life must go on. We got to look over past your emotions, but I don't have to. So I said, no, I'm good with this.
Yeah, that gotta be somebody. Like everybody has a job, right?
No, I can't do that shit. I can't do it, man. It broke my heart. I wanted to be with that guy all day. I was like, he was sitting right next to me. He was like, this is all I got. He goes, my wife passed away 20 years ago. My kids passed away from cancer. I'm sitting there like,
he's about to run away
and
with
his
him and that
dog at the time, when he's telling me this, his dog's eating Cheese Whiz because we got to feed it Cheese Whiz. In the vet tech world and where I was at, Cheese Whiz is the killer. You take a thing of Cheese Whiz, you put it on the table, the dog will start putting its nose down, licking the Cheese Whiz. At this time, we can check its leg, we can check its blood pressure, we can check all these different signs of the dog while it's busy eating Cheese Whiz.
Right.
So we had to give the dog Cheese Whiz, but I know that the euthanasia right here, I got the needle and everything right here over in this hand. And I'm just like, you
were actually a euthanizer?
Oh yeah. I did it with the
God.
doctor.
The Traveler has done everything.
Yeah.
How you DJ a porn convention and then euthanize a dog? What world do we live in? Like, what the fuck?
He's right. And then you know what? When you said something about the coroner, that was the scariest shit I've ever seen. Because he's right. They didn't have a tuxedo on, but this lady pulled up in the trunk, and I was like, "How you doing?" She's like, "What do we got today?" And she had a list, and I said, "Looks like we got 3 dogs, 2 cats, and something else." She's like, "Let's load them up." And you got to put them in a big bag, spin the bag like you do a trash can like this, and you put the tie knot on it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they
and
don't.
then I put it on my back like this.
My dog better not never die.
Right,
Bro,
right.
not
So-
the dog
My dog going. Fiji gonna live forever, yo. Fiji gonna live forever. Somebody put my dog in the trash bag and spin that bitch around. Oh my god,
Bro, they
I'll
didn't.
go to jail that day. Like, yo, no.
That's how I feel.
No,
Yeah, that just made me feel weird.
Bro,
That's all.
hey, the dog, my dog that
Put
they
it
did
in
it
a
with.
bag.
It was a little stretcher, and they had a white cloth.
That's
on
because
it,
you was
and
still there and shit, bro.
Yeah.
If you leave, they probably spinning them bags. I'm okay.
Yeah, I know.
This is how I feel. I feel like everybody got a job. Everybody got a job. And all jobs need to be done. Not all jobs meant to be done by everybody.
Right.
True.
Like, I be stuff like that, never could be my job. Stuff like cremating, making the body
right.
up,
No way.
checking the brain when the body died, cutting
would
the
be
head
crazy.
open.
Doing
I
a
be
dead
thinking
person's
like,
makeup.
how you do an
Yeah.
autopsy, but then I gotta remember it's a job that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And God wires people, or the universe wires people, or whatever you believe in, the sun, the sky, the aliens. Something's wiring certain people to do certain things, because
Facts.
I could never. I get squeamish when I see blood on TV.
Hey, well, I'm going to tell you something
know?
crazy. I won't say the name because everybody in Detroit knows it, but I was at a
No, I'm
bar.
gonna ask you the name. That's
Yeah, I was at a bar one night, and me and my friend met like 2 of the hottest girls ever. And they were like, "Hey, you wanna come back and hang out with us?" And we're like, "Hell yeah!" So we followed them, and we pulled into this thing, which was a pretty big branded funeral home in Detroit. And like we went to the back, and there was like a house, and so I'm like, this is kind of weird. So we went in the house, and we're hanging out, and we're doing some.
At what part?
Listen,
at what
bro.
part is the red flag, bro?
Listen,
when y'all
bro,
pull
so-
up to the funeral?
So they busted out some of the white stuff, and we're sitting there, and then this beautiful girl just looks at me, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to go see some dead people?" And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Hey, come in here." So we walk in this other room, and we're literally, because it was a funeral home, it was a morgue.
No.
Yeah, and
No,
she's
did you
like,
say yeah? Did you
"No,
say yeah?
no, hell no."
So how
Hey,
you get in the room? You had to say yeah. I want to see the
no,
dead people.
she was like, come check this out. So I go, and it's literally like the freezer drawers and stuff. And she's like, "You want to see a body?" And then I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, there's drugs out. This is a funeral home. There's people dying. I looked at my friend, and I was like, "Bro, we gotta go." I'm like, this is like a bad juju. But she grew up in the business, so to her it was nothing. But I'm like, but you be pulling people out, and like, please tell me you never did one off.
The red flag line is so much further for guys than it is for girls. Let a guy be like, "You want to see some dead people?" Like, fuck no, Uber is on the way.
Yeah.
But let a girl be like, "Want to see some dead people?" Guys be like,
Maybe.
maybe. Like, cause guys be trying, like
I was in disbelief. Like I saw where we were, but I'm like, what? Why is this house behind a funeral
Bro.
parlor?
at
But
some point,
she grew up like that.
at the first sign of red flag shit, most times, especially in like physical situations, something like that, I know a lot of girls would have been like, "See a what?" See the door immediately. But just the thought of still possibly getting some pussy got guys like, let me see if this about to get too weird. Girls don't even want to know if this is about to get too weird. Guys is just like,
Yeah.
she like, come on, follow me.
Well, but you know
And
what's
then you go,
crazy?
and then she like, you want to touch it? And then, all right, now it's too weird. Now it's too weird.
It's like what you were saying. So she was in, her family owned these funeral homes. So I don't know what she did, but kind of like what you said with makeup or hair or whatever.
She definitely
when
did
you've been
makeup.
when you've been doing that your whole life, like to her that was nothing.
No,
But
she
like-
definitely did the makeup. She definitely did the
Yeah,
makeup,
but
bro.
to me, I'm just like I don't.
I think
I
the
felt
America,
like it
too,
was
dead people are a little more.
I felt like it's disrespectful.
squeamish about death.
No, I think they're raising a psychopath. Like kids that no, think about that. Like, you can't be a adolescent not afraid of certain things. It will make you a serial killer. You have to.
But what if you grew up in a home like that where everything was
The
normal?
parents still have to instill a certain, like, you can't be 16 doing dead people makeup. You will kill people later in life. You will eat people later. Like, I don't think.
know. That's
You think so?
Dan, have you ever worked
know-
at a funeral home?
you know in India they like
No, I never
ceremonially
worked-
wash dead bodies.
I never worked at a funeral home, but I definitely dated a girl that was cutting bodies open.
Oh my god.
That's the culture in India. Imagine that girl might have learned that at a certain age, but imagine her being 4 years old watching her parents cut open bodies. She's definitely gonna.
Yeah.
When you get older, that's how you raised the eater guy with the glasses.
Jeffrey
What's his-
Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's how you raise.
That's how you raise.
Shout out to Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, the
Jeffrey
hell
Dahmer.
no. What the what? No, but
Hold on, Jeffrey Dahmer. This is for him.
I thought you had a Dahmer
Fuck that
soundbite,
motherfucker.
bro. Why did I think you was about to play a Dahmer soundbite?
Fuck that guy.
No, but it's so crazy that that's really how you create creepy people. Like, you're not supposed to have your child looking at, like, I can't. No, don't help me do the dead bodies. I want you to fear death so you don't want to eat people when you 17. That girl was going to eat you, True. She would cut you up
Hey,
and she's
she
going to
might
eat you
have.
in the
You
back
don't
of that
know what's
Detroit
that.
morgue.
Do you fear death?
Yes. Yes. I do
fear
not.
it too.
I don't like
Even if it's inevitable?
no. Now, I
Hey,
don't
that's
see-
the only death that I fear is the death that you're not in control of. Meaning you're just going through your normal light and somebody hits you like that.
Yeah,
Out
I'm
of your
not afraid
control.
of dying.
Out
I'm
of control.
afraid-
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm more afraid of somebody causing me a painful death, but dying part, I know nothing's meant to live forever. I'm going to do something that's going to make my spirit carry on within everything, excuse me, forever, but not afraid of physically dying. I don't want to see John Wick break somebody's arm a certain way in a movie. And I know from being from doing production, I know that that's a sound effect. I know that somebody in a room squishing raw meat together or like, I know all that is fake, but that still had me in my seat like, oh.
I feel that.
So no, I can't go to funerals.
Yep, I don't.
wanna see
I
no
don't
dead
believe.
bodies.
I do not believe in open casket. I don't. I went to a couple of them, and I just don't believe. I know they say that it's closure for people, but it's like those images, and and everybody's like, oh, they don't look the same. Well, no shit.
That's why when you
like
said,
I don't like
you,
that.
When you said you burnt yourself, it made me a little bit, because I could only like that stuff look heavy. So if you hit yourself with it, I touched the oven thing with just a tss, and so I can only imagine you swinging it, boom, and then it's no. Anything make me squeamish. So the Traveler euthanizing dogs and dog.
That's kind of
stuff
crazy.
like-
Hey, another story that I need to get to the bottom of, I heard partial of, was what happened out here in Vegas where some woman paid you $15,000 for or whatever the number was. What was that story?
When it was all said and done, $15,000 in cash.
How did you come into contact with this woman?
Yeah, why, don't start at all said and done. You want to start at the
Yeah.
start at the beginning. You can start at the
Yeah,
end.
how did this all start? I've heard bits and pieces of this, but
I'm going to try to bullet point it. So
Yeah.
I got a job working as a night auditor in a hotel, checking people in, making $12.50 an hour, working 40 hours a week. I got out of the music business because it was one of my weird breakout moments out of the entertainment business, and I didn't want to be in it.
Okay.
So I get regular jobs, and I go become quote unquote regular people. And I wait just like the rest of the world for a check for $400 after 2 weeks, and it really punishes me. I dig it, but I know things will happen to me. So I go get this job at a hotel. A lady comes in and she's checking in, and she's coming in from Savannah. I'm in St. Augustine. She's supposed to stay in one of our suites. And I know that because the suite's available for her. I have all her paperwork, as you do when you check into a private Airbnb. She comes in and she looks at me and she goes, "Do I know you?" And I say, "No, you don't know me." And she goes, she's reading my tattoos on my arms because my sleeves are rolled up. And she's like, "You look real familiar to me." I said, No. Come to find out, she's one of my biggest fans of the song Titty Dancer. She calls me up from her hotel room and she says, I know who you are. You wrote that song Titty Dancer. I was just in the Netherlands and we saw your music video on the screen, which is my videos get played over there. And I said, yeah, okay, that's me. She goes, what are you doing working at a hotel? I said, well, I'm tired of the music business. I ain't making no goddamn money. I work here and I won't make no money either. She goes, I'm coming up to see you. She walks in to the room, to the lobby. And she says, can I speak to you off the record? And I'm like, yeah, well, what's up? What's up? Now, I know I'm being recorded. And she says, I want to do some cocaine and suck some cock.
Hey, on that note, Matt, shout out to our sponsor, Cocaine. Can you please throw that cocaine logo up there, Matt?
She said, I want to do some cocaine and suck some cock. I said, well, I said, well, here's the thing.
That escalated.
I said, all the cocaine down there in Miami, you're in St. Augustine, you can get none 4 a.m., right? And I said, as far as dick, I was like, I seen you came in here with your husband. I was like, what you want me to do? You know? She's like, well, I would like for you to have sex in front of me, in front of my husband. I said, oh, no problem. She was like, all right. She was like, but we want to take you to Vegas to do this. And I'm like, Vegas? She's like, yeah, EDC's next week, and we got VIP tickets, and we want to take you with us. I said, well, I can't go with you to Vegas. I said, I can't go. She said, why? She said, because I'm working 2 jobs. I said, how am I going to go? She's like, name your price. So I was sitting at this front desk of this lobby, and I said, and she goes, $2,000. And I'm in my head, I'm thinking what I can do. I was like, I always shoot high. And she goes, $4,000. I said, I can do 1 show and make $4,000. She said, same your price. I said, $15,000 cash. And I said, I want all my incidentals and all my rentals and everything that happens to me on this trip to come out of your debit card, not mine. And before I get on the plane, I want 3 Western Unions for $800 each. She said, meet me at the Casa Monica next door tomorrow at 1 p.m. I called all my friends. I said, man, this ain't going to happen. I said, listen, if this chick really meets up with me and gives me this cash, I'm going to ship bricks, right? I show up at the hotel. Her boyfriend, her husband's in the pool, and she's got her kid, Brian, and she's like, honey, Dan's here. I show up. She goes in her purse, and she pulls out a Bank of America envelope with $15,000 cash, all $100 bills. I look at it. Before I take it, I say to myself, you better get something signed. You're taking money from a stranger, and a lot of money. So I say, I got to use the bathroom, right? I go, I got to use the bathroom, too much prune juice or something, you know? I take off, right? I run in the office suite in the hotel. I go to Google. I type in Vegas VIP contract. One comes up, a JPEG. I throw it in Microsoft thing. I change the thing. I, Daniel Diamond, Vegas VIP soundtrack, will take these girls to the green room and to the strippers clubs and do this and do this. I just changed the lettering head. I printed it out. I actually went to the front desk and I said, hey, you guys got a brown envelope? They go, yeah. I took the brown envelope from behind the front desk, put the contract in there, and wrote VIP contract Las Vegas for EDC. I went back to her table outside. I said, hey, I had this contract I did, for my clients. I was like, so I want you to sign it. She goes, no problem. She takes it out. She doesn't even look at it. She signs it. Now I got a paper trail of showing why I'm getting this money. She gave me $15,000, $8,000 cash right there, another $4,000, and then she paid for my suite at the Mandalay Bay, and she paid for the hotel, the car at 6 rental car, and she paid for my EDC VIP, and she gave me extra what we like to call funny money. So then she said, make sure you get me the drugs when you get there. Now I brought my suit, and she wanted all these cocaine and Molly and all kinds of stuff, and I got it. So I put it all on the table. I was up in Mandalay Bay. I didn't do any of it. And she calls me up on the first night when I was supposed to pick her up at 8 o'clock at night from McCarran Airport. Now I had my suit on.
Shit is fucking amazing.
Listen, I
had to lean the seat back and everything.
I got my suit on, and I'm in the Mandalay Bay. I got my suit on. And I'm excited. I didn't drink. I'm like, I'm gonna do a good job. I'm like, this lady. I'm gonna take this girl out to Bellagio. I'm like, she's got her husband. I'm gonna fucking, and I'm feeling good. I'm like,
wait. She got a husband.
Yeah.
Have y'all had any conversation or interaction up until this point?
Yeah, me and the husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, we back in St. Augustine when they offered me the deal. I met him.
Did y'all?
No, he came up to me. He in the St. Augustine. He came up. He goes, listen. He goes, my wife really likes your music. I said, yeah. He goes, well, I'm okay with it. He goes, I'm okay. He's like, let's just be safe. I said, listen, I don't want nothing bisexual going on. I said, I'm going to do this. I says, but, we ain't bumpity bumping. And he was like, no, that's good. He goes, you can just take care of business right in front of me. I'll just sit back on the couch. I was like, perfect. So I said,
do fucking what?
Perfect.
You gonna be wearing a Superman costume.
I would have so much anxiety.
So I was like, perfect, right? So when they got,
That sounds so.
when I was in Vegas, I was like, I'm really going to do a good job. I was going to take him to the green room.
You're professional.
Yeah, I was going to.
No, now they're in a green door.
The green door. Yeah.
Don't get green room and green door
He's trying to
confused.
bring them to the green room.
And she calls me up, and they call me, and she canceled. She says, hey, listen, we're doing too much cocaine in Savannah. She says, we're whacked out. We're not going to make it. Now, this was the first night. I got pissed. I was like
you're
You
mad.
already got your money.
You already got the money.
yeah, I already got it.
Yeah, why you care?
But I was pissed because
You want some pussy?
no, because, well, I tell you what I did. I took that night when she canceled, I was so pissed. I went down to the Manley pool. I blew $3,000. I bought all these girls drinks. I took acid. And,
On their cards.
huh?
On their cards.
On their stuff,
Oh,
on their
their
money,
stuff.
and they gave me funny money too on the Western Union. I told them I wanted 16.
What's funny money?
It's a play on words. If
They use that
if
for
a
strip
client
club.
if a client is going to give me money, well then if I'm going to travel for the client, well then whose money is it coming out of? Is it
Okay.
coming out of my money now? No, I got to pay incidentals. No, I got to pay gas. I got
Right.
no.
So they gave you.
You
they
say
gave you,
you say funny money. You say I need funny money. So now I got 1,600.
Hey, you
Now-
spending money.
Hey,
There you
when,
go.
When
Spend
we
the money.
when we
Okay.
send you to Turkey, we're not giving you no funny money.
So
We're not
listen-
giving you. We're not giving you funny money for Thailand.
Right,
bro.
right,
We're
right.
not sending you nowhere.
It's the
We're sending
truth,
them
though,
to Thailand,
right?
bro.
Because when you
Bangkok.
travel,
Yeah.
your money will come out of your debit cards, and it will come out of your own pocket, and you go, "Damn! All I did was go to the airport and do Uber."
Yeah, and they not with you, so they're not giving you their
It
card.
goes like this. It goes 100. So
100.
I said, if I'm going to do this, I want everything. I didn't even bring my debit card.
Yeah.
All I brought was my driver's license, and I said in cash. She calls me the second day. She says, we're still doing coke, and we're not going to make it. The third day, I'm out at EDC Vegas and everything. She calls me up, and she says, we're at the airport, but we're fucked up. I said, I'm coming to get you. I drove down there. I brought them back to the Mandalay Bay. I gave them their little money and the little shit they had left. And she looked at me and she goes, I want to thank you for giving us this time for me and Brian. We really needed time to think. We're not going to do the sex thing, but you can just keep the money.
Good.
I took the money.
Wow.
I took the money, flew back to Florida, and then I paid all my bills for 6 months, and I flew to India and I gave it away.
You gave your money away.
Bro, we gotta have a fucking conversation after the
Damn,
fucking show,
so that's
bro.
so that's what got you to India.
That's
Yeah.
what got.
Okay.
That's how I got to
Holy shit.
India.
No.
So when I
I
got,
was actually wondering.
Yeah.
that.
We gotta
Yeah,
we
so-
gotta fix. I'm not saying you can't travel. I'm not saying don't be the traveler, but god damn, like how
Hey,
I'm trying.
I always say
You fucking me up right now, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
that
so
bad good things happen to bad people.
mind boggled.
Or, I don't know.
yeah, that's exactly how I got to India. And you know
Bro,
what?
that's like a dream of mine.
Listen,
wish
when I
somebody
was in
would do
India,
that
the
for me.
craziest thing was
You
this.
dream to get paid to have sex in front of somebody's husband?
Well, I mean, I've
Kind
gotten
of.
paid 3
I mean,
times.
kind of. Just the fact that someone wants to pay like that.
I mean,
15 grand? I wouldn't be able to do. I get anxiety, so I would have been.
It was
first
look. It
night,
was,
I would have died.
It was
You're not
probably-
really a social butterfly.
man.
it was probably my 3rd time doing that, and
Oh, you've actually done it and went through
and
it
got
before.
paid. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I've had sex with multiple women in front of their husbands.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that they enjoy. I'm not gonna say no, especially.
Hey,
think
so you
people
got
have-
to do it all. You got the euthanizing dogs, the studio work, the song with Fat Boy Slim, sex with people's
Went
wives.
to India, and so listen,
Listen. So I'm gonna set it up in
The
my
traveler.
schedule, right? I set it up in my
I
schedule.
I need a button that
I'm
says
charge.
the traveler.
I'm gonna charge all my batteries. I'm gonna charge all my batteries. I'm put them in a book bag with 2 changes of clothes,
there you go.
That's very damn.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
and I'm gonna be a passenger. I want to do it because I gotta see this.
That's
shit,
crazy.
yo.
I didn't know that you called those people passengers. That's
Yeah,
actually-
well, it came up because this is the first time in my music career where I've had real fans with real connections and real DMs and real scores. So it was new to me. I've been releasing music for 30 years, and yes, I've had success in the EDM world, but that's not really. It's just a piece of me.
Well, a lot of one thing, Mop Top here does music, but from being in music my whole life, it is a grind.
It's a grind,
like,
man.
Like people want to be like, you're so lucky, or you're so, but it's like, there's so much isolation. There's so many highs, lows, ups, downs. Like,
I just want to say, from being a DJ too, or being
he does DJ at strip clubs as well.
Yeah, so like when you go to a club and you drop a song in front of people that have paid $20 to get in, plus they're going to get a bottle. They're there to Instagram it up and party it up. As a DJ, half the battle's already done. All you got to know is just how to do transitions and get on the mic and be like, how many people are on vacation tonight, and drop a new song. Now flip the script on an artist. People got to come to you.
Yeah.
Know your verse, your chorus, your song, your inspiration, your journey, your ride, and be entertained by songs they've never heard before.
Bro, people are already all that for you.
Right.
You need no excuses. We're gonna look at the housing market, and we're gonna figure this shit the fuck out. Like, and then we gonna take the wheels off your current car and just glue them to the side of the house.
Turning the car.
Like,
the car is by the time when will this show be released?
Within a week or two.
Okay, by the time this show is released, my VW that is in that parking lot will be turned in to Bridgecrest Finance Company tomorrow morning. I'm turning it in tomorrow morning because right now they canceled the loan. And if I pursue with my car anymore, it becomes a legal offense. So I was notified about that. So I'm turning my car in tomorrow morning.
To who?
Bridgecrest Finance Company.
But they'll just have somebody come get it. They're not necessarily out of Vegas.
They're going to send a tow truck company tomorrow to come get it. The tow truck company is looking for it right now as we speak.
Wow.
Tomorrow, like, physically,
I'm
actually,
that guy.
No, but is it like tomorrow, like physically, actually tomorrow?
I have to call. No, I have to call the company and say it's at such and such date. It's at such and such parking lot, and then they have to come because there's nothing wrong with it. And if I leave the car,
would you mind if we did like a prank? Like you tell them it's here, but then we'll put it in the other parking lot over there, and then we'll say it's there, but you drive it back.
Yeah,
over to here.
Well, they got a tracker on it.
They know where that motherfucker is.
Yeah.
Listen, so it's not, they not doing it like future, like when we drop the episode, but like they're actually coming in the next 48 hours.
I'm not bullshitting you when I say this. There's a possibility after this show is done that I go out there and my car is gone. That's why I brought my book bag in with my computer.
I'll go with you. I want to see.
But it might be there. But nevertheless, I've given it a hell of a journey. I bought it 4 years ago in Tampa when I was DJing at Tampa Gold. And I was in a relationship with a dancer.
Did you say relationship?
A relationship with a 25-year-old dancer. We lived together and we had our life. And then I bought a car. So, and then
how will you travel? The universe will provide.
What do they call it? His Chevrolet.
Hey man,
Chevrolet.
I got the heat. I mean, look, when I was out in LA, man, I dropped all my shit out there in front of musicians. I got confidence. I'll drop my song anywhere, anytime, any place in front of anybody. My shit will rock any floor, any stage.
Dude, I remember when I was watching the video. Weren't you singing or fucking around with the repo guy?
Yeah, I was. Well,
he was filming the repo guy.
My lyrics are smog in LA is kind of like pollution. I sniffed meth in a bathhouse with Gavin Newsom. Running from the repo man, this story's getting gruesome. My vocals getting played on Diplo Revolution. And that really happened. Well, not the meth part in the bathhouse, but kind of. But like that's another story. Yeah. That's another story, but yeah, man, the repo man was chasing me, and it was a hell of a story to have your vocals getting played on Sirius XM. Why the car company is looking for their car, and you just want $200. Sometimes you just want a shout out. Sometimes as an artist, all you want when you got it,
Diplo, man.
When you see your music,
which one is it? Which one is it? Is it this one? This camera on me?
Diplo. It's this one.
Diplo. I can listen. Get that man some money.
I got a whole album to go. Thank you.
Give him some money, man.
Thank you.
Give him some money. We gonna go on Instagram. We gonna start a campaign.
Hey, so
Diplo's the guy, man. He's the producer that could take an artist like myself because I have so many tracks. I did the vocals for Fatboy Slim, Carl Cox, Mark Knight, you name it. and it's I Am You and You Are Me. And it was being played on Diplo Revolution with Jamie Jones. And I was running from a $200 payment. It's not their responsibility.
No.
But man, if they could help, that'd be fucking great. Because, man, it's tough eating nothing. But like
Eating nothing.
Hey,
some
he said
eating
nothing.
I was like,
Listen, we are gonna have to get out of here, but before we go, Hugh, could you put up that flyer for Kushstock? I just want everybody to know that we will be traveling to Kushstock on April 15th. There it is.
Kushstock.
Hope to see all you guys there. Shout out to the Lavender Boys. Shout out to Mop Top.
nice.
Maybe shout out to Janyce. I haven't decided yet. Definitely shout out to Dirty Dan. I hope somebody there.
Shout out to everybody.
Can you put that? Can you put that the artist lineup up, Hugh, for this particular event right here?
Show them who.
And then real quick, everybody just got one to pick out of here. I'm Far Side. That's what I want to see.
Headliner.
Far Side. I am. I'm Dead Prez.
Janyce.
Souls of Mischief.
Souls of Mischief. What about you, Dirty Dan? You know any of these?
Of course, I know all these names. But I don't see the one I was looking for.
What about Dilated Pupils? Uh-huh.
I'll take
no.
it.
Where are they? Are they up there?
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
I'll take Dilated
You know
People.
who I was looking for? Ja Rule the Damager.
Ooh,
Ja Rule the Damager.
I don't know most of these people.
I'll
Which
tell
is
you what.
scary.
I'll take Souls of Mischief.
Yeah.
Souls of Mischief.
Who said that? Who else said that? Did you say Souls of Mischief?
No, she said so.
She's
I like Dilated People.
All right, and then Hugh, can you go to that last flyer, Mr. Mop Top here, the Stash and Splash Part 2?
That's
Stash and Splash
Two
baby.
with
Stash
the
and Splash.
Coachella people. And
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are these Coachella people? What is their involvement, and how did they come to the forefront here?
So Stash and Splash is annual. It's now currently an annual event. Stash and Splash is an event that I started with my best friend, my homie Gob, back in Philadelphia. One day we just like, yo, let's do a pool party, but we were doing like stash and dashes around the city. So I'm like, yo, what if we write numbers on all the ping pong balls and then have a yellow number? Somebody get it, we give them a prize. We did that, all that on our own, out our own pocket. People kept asking us to do it again. I didn't do it again. For about a year, I've been the marketing director for Lavender Boys.
And real quick, I just saw this, and I've been looking at this flyer for days. Shout out to Filthy for his birthday celebration.
Yeah. Shout out to Filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy's my boss. So
Yeah.
I work for Lavender Boys, and I was just randomly talking to Filthy one day about
Are
the
those the
party.
ping pong balls right there?
Yeah, they're
yeah.
ping pong balls.
All right.
I talked to Filthy about the party and everything. He like, now let's do it. So Filthy goes, from the rip, he goes and rents a mansion. Doesn't ask me they haven't asked me for a penny this whole way through. Goes and rents a mansion, $10,000. And then he called me and he sent me pictures of another house. And then he called me and be like, Coachella, Netflix, Triller, and fashion show and this and that, NDA. And now it is this monumental party with a mini golf course and a tennis court and a dirt area for us to play tug. We gonna be doing all these events. Like,
Yeah, what's this tug of war thing? I like that. Tug and nug, or what do you call it?
Okay, so that is a Filthy creation. Filthy created the tug of weed war. The first time I ever saw it,
You got is it X amount of guys and girls on each side, or like how does
when
that
I
work?
saw that Kushstock, I think it was 2v2. It was a rope, 2 people on one side, 2 people on that side. Winner get a pound of weed. And they did that
Wow.
a couple times. So, because somebody was on live like, well, maybe they give out an eighth, and maybe they get no, you stupid. Don't say that. It's a pound per team. So it's like we didn't do it once. We didn't do it twice. Did it like 4 times. He gave away like 4 pounds of premium top shelf because we
What
don't
would you do with that, Dirty?
We don't
Dan?
carry the boo boo.
I would say I'd break it down and sell it.
we don't carry the boo boo. So everything he did was top
True,
shelf.
True got that game.
So we got the tug of weed war. We are introducing a new event called the Ring of Fire, where it's a mini golf tournament, and we're gonna give away a pack of our newest pre-rolls that was just released at the Queens Cannabis Club. The last event they had, they got the Ring of Fire hash holes. We're doing.
Wouldn't Janyce be great for the Ring of Fire?
She would definitely be. Listen, I'm trying to make it happen. I'm calling
That's
insurance
awesome, man.
companies.
It's gonna happen.
Listen, we can get these waivers signed and everything like that, and then we make this happen. What else are we doing? We're doing the rolling competition, which if our master roller joins, then it's not fair. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but we're
I
doing.
roll some bomb ass joints.
If the master roller joined, then it's not.
Oh my
fair,
god!
so I don't know how
For a
that's
second
gonna
when you said roller, I thought you were talking about like on ecstasy. I'm like,
Oh.
I want to play.
So we
I want to play that game.
We got the master roller. We're doing a rolling competition, and then
You're a
last but
master
not
roller.
least,
Yeah.
we have the fashion show that is partnered with Tote and Carry. So
Shit.
yeah,
Fire.
this is so many things and so many people got involved. I can't even fathom this being something we did a year ago in someone's backyard. But even
Yeah.
then, it was the biggest party I ever threw. Like we expected 200 people. It's 12:30 at night and it's over 600 people in this fucking backyard. And like thank God we booked a good security team. Thank God my folks that have a security company, they went to their car, got they strapped up. But we ended the night with
No issues.
700 people. No issues. No issues.
I don't really see issues
Good
out of
time.
weed people.
It was such a vibe. We had mermaids there, and everything is literally the biggest party I ever
That's
do in
awesome.
Philadelphia. And then I left after that. So it's like we went out the right way.
All right, so hey, before we go today, we're gonna find out is Dirty Dan somehow gonna pull this thing off and keep his car, or somebody's gonna give him another car here in Las Vegas. Could you spin that wheel, Dirty Dan?
Oh,
He's
man.
got to spin it. It's got to go all the way around, or you'll get booed.
All right. There we go.
There it is.
Spinning the wheel right now.
Here it is.
I want to give a big shout out to Hogan Made. Hogan Made,
Diplo
wherever you're at.
Revolution.
What's it say?
Says depends on the weather.
And it's about to be consistent weather. We about to get 90
Damn.
degrees.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to thank Green Room. Radio.
Tell everybody where they can find you. So they
Everybody can
follow
find
you.
me on my Instagram. It's really good, really going good right now. Believe it or not, Facebook IGs are killing it right now for me. And it's The Traveler on Facebook, or Dan D Diamond on Instagram,
Hey,
or
what-
on Traveler for Life on TikTok. If you want to hear my music, it's all over the world. Spotify, blah, 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 blah. And I just want to give a big shout out to my boy Tim Coleman, Ryan Smith, Hogan Made, my mother, and me, and everybody here at Green Room Radio.
Yeah,
Thank
real
you.
quick.
And all the passengers that have supported me.
Yes.
I didn't forget about you because
Yeah, how do they? You got a cash app?
I got a cash app. You guys want to cash
Yeah.
app me a couple dollars right now? Go to
Tell-
McDonald's.
tell-
Get
tell
me a
people
double
what your
cheeseburger,
cash-
large fry.
Listen, because we live
probably
right
get it.
now. Can you do me, because you got the famous voice. I just need real quick. Can I get that? I'm Dirty Dan and we on the Green Room Radio
With the voice?
With the voice, man.
Yeah. Broadcasting live right now. I'm Dirty Dan. We are live on Green Room Radio right here in Las Vegas for the hottest in hip hop, R&B, and all the new underground soul movement. Check in right here. Log on online. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and share, and do all that good stuff live at Green Room Radio with True Management Dirty Dan Diamond.
Little Mop Top.
And the Mop Top. Sorry,
Mop
I was
Top.
trying to remember your name.
Yeah, no,
I was
you
trying to
good,
remember
you
your
good,
name.
you
I was
good,
trying to
you
remember your name.
Janyce.
I needed your
Janyce.
name.
Janyce.
Yeah, I needed a script called.
Yeah,
Denise.
Hey, and
Denise.
then to Hugh
Yes.
over here, the
And to-
producer.
live to our engineer guy over there, Hughes over there. He's doing an amazing job. How about a round of applause for Hugh?
Let's
The
go.
engineer never gets love.
Yeah.
I know what it's
All right,
like.
And then how about you, Janyce? How can people find you?
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram at JANYCE.SHINAYA. And yeah, book me for yoga sessions, for private events.
Do you ever
You
get?
too. I need a drop from
Do you ever?
too.
Do you ever get any dick pics?
Oh.
Just wondering.
What, you're right, fucking randomly.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say you.
Unsolicited.
Okay, go on with it. What is your?
Unsolicited.
Yeah.
So one time for the one time, can I get Janyce the Fire Lady and we on Green Room Radio Show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Janyce Shinaya, the fucking pyromaniac.
Bow,
and
bow,
we're
bow,
on
bow,
Green Room
bow.
Radio.
Yeah, thank you.
guys.
Damn. And then how can we find you, Little Mop Top?
Hey, you can find me everywhere there is cannabis. You can follow me on Instagram at Little Mop Top, LILMOPPTOP. And for anything else, you can just hit the link in the bio. We are on Twitch, we are on YouTube, and we will be at the Stash and Splash. Man, I will see y'all.
Nice.
I will see y'all at Kushstock April 15th with the Green Room Radio Bus, and I will see you at Stash and Splash April 16th with the Green Room Radio Bus. Man, meet me and True there.
All right, you got a OnlyFans?
Nah, I was thinking about it, right? Like, so I don't got the best feet in the world, but I'm really thinking about, like, I heard feet pics is all the rage right now.
I believe Dirty Dan should get into those little.
I need to get into something.
Hey, and you guys can find me at just. Oh, actually, shit.
No, you got Instagram now.
Yeah, so I got an Instagram now.
I bet you don't know his Instagram now.
TRU.11, and that's spelled E11EVEN.
Cool.
That's what I'm at, and then you can also find me running the page at Green Room Radio.
And then
Hugh, how can they find you, Hugh? We don't want Hugh. That is his actual name on IG.
Hugh. You can also find Hugh in the last Mission Impossible movie.
Green Door sometimes.
No, I'm telling you, he looked like.
All right,
Henry
peace out,
Cavill.
y'all.